5:30 in the morning, in the middle of December. It's pitch black outside, or it would be if it wasn't for the yellow street light. I live right in the centre of Bristol, but other than the traffic, it's silent, apart from a robin singing.
We're on the woodland edge. It's quite scrubby. We've got mature woodland down below us, and up above us is actually some open ground. We're now at about half light. Mind you, during this weather I don't think we get full light at all. I can hear a robin. Now he's not 20 feet away from us, and he's bobbing up and down at the moment, doing what robins do, bobbing up and down, basically showing us how big and bold he is. How dare we go any closer? And that's something about the robin which is fascinating, isn't it? Here we are in North Somerset. We're celebrating robins. Well, you know, you can celebrate the robin anywhere you like in the UK. You can celebrate most of Europe, most of Russia, all the way down as far as the Middle East. You can still celebrate this same bird.
I remember when one of my sons was a baby in the winter months, and I used to be up at all times of the night to feed him, and I'd often hear robins singing in the night. It was lovely. And this time leading up to Christmas, I often wonder whether Mary, when she was up in the night feeding her baby, whether she could listen to a robin singing as well. I love the idea that that little robin is exactly the same type of robin that was in Bethlehem 2,000 years ago. And it connects me back to that story in such a different way.
I've got one outside my house which normally starts singing. We are talking now December, and it starts singing about 2:30, sometimes 3 in the morning. And it sings its head off, and when you look out and see where it is, I think he's warming his feet up actually, because he's sat right on top of the light hood.
Robins are the nation's favourite bird, and it's easy to understand why, because they're so common everywhere, in gardens, parks, out walking in the woods. And robins love people. Well, they don't love people, but they love what we do. See, back in time, robins used to follow around wild pigs. And wild pigs snuffle around the ground, dig it up, disturb all the soil, and they would bring lots of insects to the surface. And so the robin thought it was pretty easy just to hop around after wild pigs, picking off the insects. Well, spin time forward a bit, this nation of gardeners loves doing pretty much the same thing. And so the robin is often found with people. It's a strange thought that to a robin, we're just two-legged pigs. And looking out over Bristol, the wildwood has now gone, where the wild pigs would have lived. The deer have gone, the bear have gone, but the robin's still here.
Something that I've done all of my lifetime involvement with natural history is celebrate that is common. Because whatever's common today may not be common tomorrow. And although the robin is what I would call rock steady, nothing's going to move it, well, actually, that's probably not true. So I think it is important to celebrate the common as well as we do the scarce. And it'll be at our peril and at their peril that we do not.
Because robins are so common, I think people through time have looked at them and wondered. And they've allowed people to link the natural world to really important things in their lives. So, for example, one story about a robin is that it used to take water down to the burning souls in hell to comfort them, and its breast got singed by the flames. And on that kind-hearted theme, another story about its red breast is that it tried to pull out the crown of thorns on Jesus' head, and its body got sprayed in blood. But it's stories like that, it's associations like that help me to realise how important the ordinary is in our lives. Unless the ordinary becomes extraordinary, unless the ordinary becomes sacred in some way, we won't do enough to make sure they're here in 2,000 years' time.
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, we are heading towards the longest night, so the shortest day. It's got to endure 14 hours with no food at all inside of it. And that's a long night. If we get a big snowstorm and heavy frost for a few weeks, even the bold, brass, successful robin can succumb to a long night without any food at all. But of course, there is something to celebrate on the 21st of December, and that will be the end of those long nights. And from the 21st of December to the 30th of December, we will actually gain 59 seconds of daylight. So the sun will gradually start to rise into the sky again. And I'm sure if I was a robin, I would be able to detect even 59 seconds in a few days, and I would be going, phew, I've turned the corner.
The sun's coming up now. It's no coincidence, is it, that Christmas comes just after the shortest day, when the light starts to return and we can look forward to warmth and growth and abundance again. The whole of the Christmas story is embedded in images of the natural world, and I think I might put a robin on the crib this year.
It's so dark now, the cars have got the full lights on. There's a house quite close to us. I can tell they've got a wood burner, and I want to go and join them. I don't want to go and sit on the carpet with them because it's so cold and damp and murky at the moment.
It really is that Christmassy Advent weather, isn't it? Where it just is getting cold and dark.
Yes, and even an enthusiastic naturalist like myself sometimes just wants to curl up in front of the log burner. And here we go again. Here's the next cloud burst.